The Running Dream, Day 42. I'm still embarrassed, but I nod and say, "So what do I do?" He has me take off my leg shoe and sit in a chair that's right by the parallel bars. Then he hands me a tube-shaped nylon to put over my stump and has me put a stump sock on over the nylon. It's like a regular sock, only with no heels, shape or seam. It's also softer and stretchier than a regular sock. "Now for the liner," he says, and pulls a white, foamy-looking thing out of the socket of my fake leg. He hands over the liner and says, "Just slip this on and tell me how it feels." "Is it supposed to be snug?" I ask. "It feels a little loose." He takes it off and has me put on a thicker ply sock, then put the liner on again. This time it seems to fit better, so he holds the fake leg so that the open end of the socket is facing my stump and says, "Just put your leg inside." I do, and it's snug, comfortable, it fit, but it's very strange to look down and see a pipe leg and a fake foot attached to me. "How does it stay on?" I ask, because it sure doesn't seem like I could actually work with it. We'll get to that in a minute. First, I want to check the fit. He pushes and twists the socket, and when he's sure it's okay, he pulls the leg off and says, "We are going to use a suspension sleeve to hold the leg in place." He picks up a tan, lovely looking sleeve and starts pulling it onto the outside of the socket. This is a neoprene material, like what wet shirts are made of. The sleeve will create a vacuum between you and your prosthetic leg that will hold it firmly in place. He doubles the sleeve back over the socket, then holds the leg out of me. "If I can you to slip your leg in?" So I do, and then he has me pull the doubled back part of the sleeve up over my leg. It's like a big rubbery sock that ends about the mid-thigh and seems to suck the fake leg on tight. "Ready to stand?" he asks. "I guess so," I answer. But then I just sit there, frozen in place. "Use the bars if you want to. Just stand like you remember doing." It's strange. It's like my brain doesn't quite remember what it used to do. I've been hopping and crouching for so long, getting up and down differently. I'm almost afraid to try. So I grab the bars and I use my left leg to power myself up. "Put weight on it," he encourages me. "It shouldn't hurt." But I'm not so much afraid of the pain as I am of not being able to work this pipe leg. I get a rush of panic. How is this ever going to work? How am I ever going to be able to work on this thing? Slowly, I put weight on my right leg. It takes a minute for my legs to settle in and when it does, I feel lopsided, like my fake leg is way too long. Is your weight distributed evenly? Hank asks. When I nod, he says, I'm going to check the height now, and puts his thumbs on the crest points of my hip bones. The leg feels way too long, I tell him. He nods knowingly. That's normal. You've had no resistance or pressure on that leg for quite some time now. So even when it's perfect, patients still say it feels long. He smiles at me, but in this case, it is long.